Welcome, Strategy Battle Gamers, to another GBHL YouTube channel video. You're here with your channel host, GBHL James, and today I'm joined by a special guest for Speak Friendly Question. It's not GBHL Jamie, but it is Jamie. We have got Jamie here, and it's because our GBHL Jamie's at a tournament this weekend. He's at a tournament. He's gone down to the Longbottom Carnival, and he said that he's going to win. So by the time that you're watching this, they'll be playing their first day. So let's wish all those guys the very best of luck. Very, very busy tournament. They've got nearly 40 people there. Wow. That's good. Now this is what you've got to expect from replacement Jamie. It's just one-word answers. But I'm going to get you to read out some of the questions, and it just means I'm not doing this on my own. It's my first day where I feel like I'm up to a bit of company after being ill. Yeah. I've not been very well.
Not very well.
No, I've not been very well. I look a bit rough, don't I?
A little bit.
I need to shave. We're going to get straight into this. So without further ado, our first question is from Matt Rondo. Do you want to read that one out, Jamie?
Yep. Matt Rondo says, hello there guys. First off, want to say I hope James recovers soon from all his ailments and he's back to being the English Rohan Batman.
English Rohan Batman? I love it. I love it. Good on Batman.
I really appreciate your dedication to the channel and your subscribers. Very admirable of you. I finished painting my first Lothlorien warband, which consists of a box of Galadriel warriors led by Haldir, fully upgraded.
Nice. My
progress with the army is a bit limited due to my budget being quite slim, so I will be keeping it fairly simple with 2 boxes of Wood Elves, Rumil, Galadriel, and another box of Galadriel. I have the entire fellowship and a dozen unpainted dwarf warriors too. Do you have any advice of things I can add to the army on a budget, allied or not? Thanks very much guys, keep up the great work.
Well, thank you very much, Matt, for your very kind words. I love doing this, you know, I love doing a Speak Friendly. Even when I was on my deathbed last week, I thought, can't have Jamie, you know, Jamie just holding together a Speak Friendly Question. I'm pretty sure actually that what Jamie will be doing, which is why, you know, it's good to have you in this, is that Jamie will be trying to replace me as we speak. He will be filming a Speak Friendly Question with like GBHL Damien. I mean, who's that guy? Did you watch his? Did you watch the new Palantir show?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Very good, wasn't it?
Very good. Yeah.
Very good. I watched it 3 times. one obviously for quality control. You know, this is our channel after all. Yeah. And then twice for the pure enjoyment, because it's a very good show. If you've not watched that, it's going to be every single Friday. I'm looking forward to the next episode.
Yeah, no, it was very good.
So in terms of your warband, you've got a box of Galadriel warriors led by Haldir, fully upgraded. Okay, that's a good start if you like that kind of theme. You've got a couple of boxes of Wood Elves, you've got Rumil, Galadriel, another box of Galadrim. If you've got the entire fellowship, then you've got Legolas, because Legolas is definitely worth getting in there. And maybe pick up an old Thranduil. You can get him for quite cheap.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, just to give some options, and then that's a pretty good start. So I would say keep it at that. Get yourself to some tournaments and let us know how you get on. So I hope that helps, Matt. We'll go on to the next question. You got any suggestions there, Jamie?
No, to be honest, I've had very little experience with Wood Elves, but Legolas and Thranduil would be the 2 that I'd look at, to be honest.
They're rubbish. I beat them all the time. That's not actually true. David Reed gave me a good spanking. Well, it wasn't a spanking, it was quite close actually. 1,000 points at high ground. Not my favourite scenario.
I can imagine.
Not for all-mounted Rohan. Okay, so next up we've got Cinder COD. I guess that's Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I said that last time, didn't I?
Yeah, I think so.
Good to see you, Cinder. He's put, hi James, or Jamie. Yeah, we've got Jamie here. He's put, thanks for answering the question. First of all, I would like to say that Jamie's all-mounted Rohan.
Ooh, no.
Jamie hasn't got the skills to field all-mounted Rohan. Jamie has to field dirty lists like Wozes with blue tack axes on. I'm sure.
You're lucky he's in London, I think.
Oh yeah. I'm very, very lucky he's in London with his axes on his Wood Elves and Wozes. What a disgrace. To be fair, he may put a bit of effort in the conversion. There's nothing wrong with that, I suppose. It's a bit filthy. It's my all-mounted Rohan. It's James. James has the all-mounted Rohan. Jamie has rubbish armies, like Wood Elves. Ooh. He's put, would wipe the floor with chaos. I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you see that in last week's friendly question?
I did, yeah.
Someone said that I should have a banter bat rep, or a get buff bat rep.
Oh, mini wargaming, yeah.
With mini wargamer Dave, because they think I'll spank him, and I've got to agree with you. And I would also like to say thank you. I think we should do a little bit of a roll call, because lots of people actually did that Speak Friendly Question, which has encouraged me because that's not always the case, which is why you don't see it all the time. So if I go down here and click on the link, the scouring link, let's see who did this. And then we'll give you a little bit of a shout out because you're all awesome. Okay, so newest first. So we had the Prancing Pony, no surprise there. We had Joe Holohan. He put all my eyes. Yeah, that's right. We had Kurt Leach, we had Peter Sanson, we had Jordan Giacinti, we had Stephen Brown, we had Dave Egan, we had Wobachicka. Yeah, that's right. And that was it. That's all you guys did the scouring, so thank you very much for getting out there and spreading the word about our channel. Okay, so what was that question? You can see how I easily get led off. Yeah, show more. I don't know what's happened here. Not top comments, we want newest first. Let's go down. Show more. This is how technical our channel is. You've been involved in a battle report.
There we go.
So. Yeah. He's put all man program wipe the floor with chaos. Secondly, here's my question. This is more film based. Who would win out of Azog and Lurtz? I've seen a lot of debates about this and was wondering what your thoughts are. Once again, keep up the good work, Josh.
I am a massive Lurtz fan. I also don't agree with his stats in the game, but film-wise, I would probably say Azog, judging them both off the films purely. I am a big Lurtz fan, but no, I reckon personally it'd be Azog.
Azog would smash, absolutely smash Lurtz. Smash him in the game, smash him in real life.
Yeah.
You know, that's my opinion, and that means that that's the right answer. So I hope you like that answer. No, definitely Azog. Got to be Azog.
It's got to be.
Next up, we've got Mr. JD guy. He's got, hi James and Jamie, I've been into the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit for a while, and I'm not 100% on heroic rules, but I'm fairly good with my Goblin Dwarf army. Do you think I should try out one of your tournaments? Thanks, Joe. Yes. Yes, you should. Definitely. We've still got places for Stockport in September, and there are places for Stockport in December because we're hosting a league finale.
Yeah,
do you know this? The league finale.
Yeah.
Well, I say we. I'm hosting the league finale because Jamie might have a chance of winning. So he doesn't want to be involved and not be able to get the points. But of course, I've just written a rules pack, which means that none of them can win. If you are winning the game, you suddenly lose the game. So yeah, I think you definitely should. Now, you're coming to your first tournament.
Yeah, Stockport's going to be my first tournament, and I'm still very new to the game, and I'm probably also not 100% on heroic rules, but I've played a lot with the guys, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it's definitely a good idea to come down.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The best thing about these tournaments and this community, well, the best thing about the tournaments is the community. The best thing about the game is the community, in my opinion. Great game, of course. But what you will find is that if you are not 100% on the rules, you're not going to go to the tournament and have people take advantage of you. You're going to get taught. You're going to have people being friendly and helping you through it. And remember, we're going to be there, you know. And at the tournaments, especially the Stockport tournaments, I'm pretty much front of house, so I'll walk around and I'll make sure everybody's okay. If there's anything that you're struggling with, just call me over. Say, yo, James, here now. Or what they were doing at the last Stockport tournament is they were going, Rohan! And that was it then. Boom, table was being knocked out of the way as I went flying towards whoever was calling that out. So I would definitely recommend it. I would definitely say come down to Stockport. There's going to be lots of new players there. If you want any details about that, give us a shout. You know, what date is the next Stockport? It's the
27th of September.
Right at the end of September, last weekend of September. So get involved in that. There are also a couple of other tournaments. If you can't make Stockport, we've got Stirling. There is Mid Sussex Wargamers, although that's sold out already. They've got quite a small allocation that gets eaten up very quickly. And there is also JT's running a couple of events, like fun events that are part of the league. So worth checking that out. So yeah, definitely come to the tournaments. See you in September, pal. Next up, we've got Khalid Mubarak.
Yeah, hello guys, been busy, just finished sitting some results for exams. James, Rohan might stand a chance if you treat the horses as bikes. A 4+ armour save, AP4 with axes and +1 strength. Strike at initiative 3 with Furious Charge special rule on Aomer, Erkenbrand and the Sons. For Theoman to balance out the disadvantage for SBG to 40k.
Oh, the disadvantage. I've seen 40k. I've seen 40k, and yeah, like it gets rolled a lot of dice. But if you compare like stats and stuff, like let's say if defense became toughness, like a lot of things in 40k aren't very tough because it's a game which everything dies. You play 40k? No, me neither. But I have played it, and so let's say something is defense 6. If that becomes toughness 6, that's very tough to kill in 40k. So Son of Ale, can't be insta-killed in 40k. I know this because you can't have a weapon that's stronger than strength 10. You've got to be double strength to be insta-killed, I think, anyway. And things like strength. And if you said fight value was like weapon skill or initiative or whatever it is that they use, then, you're doing well off that, and I guess shoot value would be quite similar. Rohan, wipe the floor of them. Piercing, striking, all that movement, be in their face, close combats, yeah, no problems at all. No problem at all. So then he's put...
Yeah, I watched the new Battle of Five Armies trailer, and one thing I liked more than the Armoured Company was the Battle Ram Cavalry. It would be cool if they were made a cav option for dwarves come Christmas releases. Would having a mount for good that could stay after dismounted rider be fair? It sounds interesting if they use the Warg rules.
You're looking forward to them, aren't you?
Yeah, I was actually looking at putting together a Hobbit dwarf army, but I'm now holding off until the new dwarves are released. And also, I do like the rules for the Wargs, the Warg stay, and I do use Warg riders. And I played a game last week where I'd say about 80% of my Wargs actually stayed, and it did
that
make
is
a
not statistical.
It's not at all. It's pure fluke, but it did make a big difference to the game. It is a rule I do like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure whether they will do that with the Ram Cavalry. That you can, because no, I don't think that they will. But I am looking forward to seeing them. And I know that a lot of people are a bit worried because the Perry twins have left Games Workshop. And obviously they've been the driving force behind a lot of the sculpts for Lord of the Rings, so a lot of people are quite worried, and The Hobbit, a lot of people are quite worried where that will go and whether, because it was rumoured to be battle pigs, like boars, and there's a chance that it could have been, and then at the last minute got changed to battle rams, and that would be devastating for the likes of Games Workshop. So it must be a bit of a nightmare. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. What kind of stats do you think they'll have?
I think they're definitely going to be Fight 4. I do agree with some of the comments that were made over the actual ram. I'll have very similar to rules to the camels and stuff.
I don't think it will.
Do you not think so?
No. I don't think it will.
We'll see.
I just don't. I don't. I think that it will be represented by the mount having a higher strength than the rider, and of course when you charge you can use the strength of the mount, just like
the mount or the rider. Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that they will be strength 4 and the rider will be strength 3. And you can use and there's also a chance that the rider will have a lance as well. So then you can, there might be some things that it's better using the rider and the lance, getting +1. I'm not going to do the maths in my mind now which strengths and defences that works for, or you can use the Rams strength. So that's what I think that will be, strength 4. So thank you very much, Harley. Next up we've got Erkberger. Pal, I've got to say something to you. Thank you so much for your donation via PayPal to the channel. Absolutely brilliant. Really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. You made a donation, haven't you?
I tried and failed.
Oh no.
But I am. Shame.
Bailed.
Shame.
Bailed, did ya? Yeah, but everybody else just bailed.
Yeah.
Tried. Couldn't do it. Erkberger, he's made a donation. Vicky Irvine, and we've had a couple more as well recently, so I'm going to do a little thank you video to you guys. Really, really helps us. Just a couple of little notes is that PayPal has changed its interface. So I was saying that you can set up a standing order via PayPal, and they have removed that feature very recently. So if you've not set that up, then we're going to have to find another way of making you pay regularly and tracking that. Whether it is there is a set day where you do that, or because the admin are trying to keep track of people paying on different days is an absolute nightmare from experience with the fitness when I used to do standing orders and stuff. So yeah, we'll have to find another way of doing that. But thank you so much to you guys who have donated to the channel so far. Those of you that have asked questions like what are we actually going to do with that money, all of the money that goes towards the channel at the moment is getting put aside. And the reason it's getting put aside is so that we can buy better equipment. So we don't have to sit here in living rooms and gyms and stuff like that. So we can actually almost make a little studio, you know, so that we can have better camera equipment instead of not the iPhone all the time. So we can have spare batteries and you know, better editing software and all that kind of stuff. Lighting, microphones, all of the money that gets donated to the channel is going to go towards improving the channel once we've got enough. So just bear that in mind. So thank you very much, Burger. He's put, hi guys, sorry that I haven't asked a question in a while. I just got back home and I've been working through a very large backlog of videos. Just video every day, so lots to work through. I think the vlogs are a great addition to the channel. My question this week is short and simple. If you mount a model armed with a regular spear, can they still support other models? Yes. Thanks again, keep up the great work. P.S. James, you are a trooper for doing last week's Street Friendly question while bedridden. I know. Well, technically I still am, I'm still antibiotics. I don't look great, do I?
No, not really, no.
But I look a lot better than what I did earlier in the week. And was definitely, I mean, Jamie's here today because it's Saturday as we're recording. GBHL Jamie has gone down south and we have no battle reports. So Jamie's very kindly agreed to come over here to film some battle reports with me today. Which is going to be good. And what are you going to be bringing?
I've got some Isengard and some Easterlings with me today.
He's got a 600 point Isengard force, which is going to be going up against a 600 point Eagle force.
Ooh, nice.
And then he's got a 400 point Easterling force, which is going up against the 3 Hunters.
Ooh, lovely.
This should be really, really good fun.
Yeah.
Lots of battle, come on! We will be rolling for it though. Yeah. So you've got those battle reports to look forward to when we get round to it. He's put, I think the vlogs are a great addition to the channel. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm loving them. To be honest, they've sort of encouraged me to up my game on that side of the hobby a bit more as well. I'm loving them at the moment.
That's good to hear. Yeah, yeah. But Jamie really has, you know, he's really into the hobby side of it at the moment. You know, I think part of that's because he's long distance between some of the tournament, but I say a big distance. Damien hit the nail on the head. You know, it's been
5 weeks.
5 weeks instead of, you know, the 3 or 4 weeks it normally is. So it seems like a long time. And of course, we've not been able to meet up as much. So he's been focusing more on sort of painting for battle companies and building terrain for scenarios. So that's been really good. So next up, we've got Stephen Gill.
Yeah.
Stephen Gill. I'll just read more there. Do you want to read this one out?
Yeah, of course. Well, Stephen says, James, get well soon. Thank you for the dedication you have shown in keeping GBHL going.
Do my best, you know. Who else is going to do it? GBHL, Damien. With his Palantir show, which is fantastic.
Very good, I did enjoy it.
Exactly what we want. I mean, the whole idea behind it, Damien's very good at talking. Very passionate. I love the way he writes things as well on the forum. I don't know if you were on the forums, like Wandering. He's very, very good at sort of addressing issues. And the remit was, you know, we don't want it to be like Speak Friendly Question where we answer lots and lots of questions. We want it to be, you pick out 2 or 3 hobby topics or Hobbit topics that's to do with Lord of the Rings, whether it's the films and stuff, and really go into depth about that. And I'm very, very, very happy with the performance of the first show. If you've not watched it, get on it. Get on it.
Yeah. He goes on to say, thank you for answering my last question regarding newbie-friendly armies. Your answer both enlightened and confused though. You say all of the dwarfs of a warband have to be from the same list, during Soak or Throw, etc. Then of using warriors of Erebor with spears to support Khazad Guard, but how do they support each other effectively if they are not in the same warband? Do you have each warband in column directly behind the other? Am I missing a basic point or overthinking?
I think probably overthinking there.
Yeah, a little bit.
What it is that for army building and for deployment, etc., is that to bring Khazad Guard, you have to be led by a leader of Durin's folk, and to bring Warriors of Erebor with spears, you have to be led by a leader of Army of Thrall. What we mean by Khazad Guard supported by the spears is because this is a skirmish game and it's not a unit-based game like Warhammer where you have to move trays and stuff like that, is that either how you arrange it during deployment, depending on, you know, how lucky you are with deployment, how you arrange it in terms of the battle line once the game gets started, is that you simply try and move your Warriors of Erebor with spear and shield, if you've got a shield on them, behind your Khazad Guard, so that you've got your Khazad Guard strength 4, defense 7 front rank, with the axe if you want to do you double-handed. Don't necessarily suggest that unless you think you're going to win. And then you've got your spear support behind. So yeah, overthinking it slightly. It's more for the army building purposes.
Also, I've been going through your older Speak Friend and questions. You asked for book recommendations. Have you tried The Warrior Chronicles by Bernard Cornwell? Set during the Viking invasions, you really can picture the clash of shield walls. As well, champions issuing challenges to the enemy army before the battle began while shouting out their deeds and foes bested. Maybe something to read when you recover.
I have not read the Chronicles. I've listened to the audiobooks, or some of the audiobooks, because before I'd do a lot of sort of driving around and going from north to south, south to north, etc. I really like a good audiobook to listen to when I'm driving, otherwise I get a bit disengaged. So I have listened to some of them and they are fantastic, and Jamie has read the Warlord Chronicles. So I do want to get the Warlord Chronicles, and I think I'm probably going to ask for it for Christmas or birthday. The box. Have you read them?
I haven't read them, no. It would be something I'm interested in, so I'm a big fan of the Viking stuff. I love the TV show, so it'd definitely be something I'd probably pick up.
I still haven't watched it.
Very good.
Jamie says so. He's given me his Amazon account and stuff to watch it, and I still haven't done it. I should be doing this now. Why am I doing painting and stuff? I should be just, why am I filming battle reports to this channel? And Speak Friend and Questions should just be, laid up in bed watching Vikings.
Yeah, too.
But I'm not. Remember this.
That's dedication right there.
Oh yes. So thank you very much for your question, Stephen Gill. Next up we've got Dave Egan. So hopefully, James, you'll feel better by the time of the next Speak Friend question. Well, I finished my antibiotics on, this goes out on Sunday, so I finished my antibiotics tomorrow. So I'm hoping to be back in work on Tuesday. My infection's mostly gone, back's just a bit sore and a bit tired, but I'll be alright. He's put, can I get your opinions on these possible lists for Sterling? Once the event pack is released along with scenarios, these lists can be more specifically tailored towards them. For Ebal, he's got a Morian Goblin Town 800 point force, which is 94 models. He's got Great Goblin and 12 Goblin Warriors. He's got Goblin Scribe and 12 Goblin Warriors. He's got Greener and 12 Goblin Warriors, Goblin Captain, 12 Goblin Warriors, Goblin Captain, 12 Goblin Warriors, Deberts and 10 Moria Goblins, Moria Goblin Shaman and 8 Moria Goblins, Moria Goblin Shaman and 8 Moria Goblins. That's some serious horde going on there. You've got your Moria Goblin Shamans in there to provide fury for all of the goblins, which is good. You've got a big hitter in there in the Great Goblin, who I'm guessing will be your leader, which might be your only thing. I mean, I know he's got his blubber save and everything, but that might be an issue with him having one fate, and he's only defense 5. Only defense 5, I think. So yeah, that's that might be an issue. But yeah, everything else looks pretty good there. What do you think about this?
Very good list. One thing I do remember, I was chatting to Tony Moore last week, and he did contact someone who's running Sterling, and I think it's between 4 and 80 model limit.
Oh, has he got a model limit?
I think so, because I think he was looking at taking a 3 model army, and he's going to have to put an Orc Warrior in just to make 4 models.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I know that the 3 model thing is an issue because of the wording for breaking being to exceed the break point. So because the break point for a 3 model army is 2, because it's 1.5 rounded up to 2, therefore to exceed 2 you have to kill 3, you have to wipe it out to break it, and therefore it's not broken, so it's a bit of a pain. But yeah, definitely worth checking. David Reed is who you want to contact. He's put Moria and Command Goblin Town, 799 points, 60 models. Put Great Goblin, 12 Goblin Warriors, Goblin Scribe, 12 Goblin Warriors, Greener and 12 Goblin Warriors, Deberts, 5 Wild Marauders, cheers, and 1 Moria Goblin. Moria Goblin Shaman, 12 Moria Goblins, a Shade. I've sent 2 Goblin Town Warriors, so I have extra to bring us reinforcements for Goblins in these lists. Yeah, it seems quite fun. Yeah. 60 models, competitive.
Definitely, yeah.
You got your big hitters in your Wild Marauders. His Shade there is an absolute pain.
Yeah, solid to me.
Although a shame that you're not bringing some sort of cheap spear support with him, but then I guess you've got a lot of. Well, do you know you don't have any spear support there. I would say that might be something you want to look at. Just try and get some spear support.
The 12 Moria Goblins, they may be the spears. The Goblin Town.
Oh, I know. And
5th Warband maybe.
Goblin Town as well. They've got that Chittering Horde special, haven't they? Where they basically counter support.
Yeah.
So I suppose so. Next up, you've got Dane's army. It's 800 points, 32 models, that's not a lot. Dane Iron Foot, 12 Iron Guards, Barlin, 6 Volt Warden teams, Gimli and 10 Khazad Guards, Dwarf Captain. I don't think that'll do as well as your evil force. Just because I know it's Wolves and how they work with the scenarios, and it'll be quite tough to kill, but you're not really rolling a lot of dice in the whole game to try and win fights, etc. So you're going to be outnumbered a lot of the time. Thorin's Company, that'd be fun.
Yeah, good fun to play with, I should imagine.
Yeah, and Dwarves and Rohan, 39 models. Thorin and 12 Erebor Warriors. They don't have spear or shield. That's an interesting choice. Erkenbrand, or do they have spear or shield? I'm just trying 10 points.
10 points.
Oh, maybe they do. Maybe they do actually. Do they start at 8 and then 9 with a shield or spear and 10? Yeah. Erkenbrand and 10 Westfold Red Shields. Gimli and 8 Iron Guards. And Barlin and 5 Khazad Guards. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I think your good lists are going to struggle more than your evil lists. I'd go for Thorin's Company just for fun.
Yeah, I would, to be honest. That's the one that I'd use. The 3.
Yeah, if you've got it, do it. Do it. I look forward to seeing you there, Dave Egan. I'm going to be there. You're coming up to Stirling as well?
Yes, I'm going to Stirling, yeah.
Fantastic. That's what we like to see. So next question is from Kyle Nelson.
Yeah, Kyle says, thanks once again for answering my question. Last week, I was asked about Grima Wormtongue. I also heard a question about what metal models would you like to see in a plastic set. I would like to see a Fiefdoms plastic set with Axemen, Clansmen and Men-at-Arms. Yeah, definitely, me too.
Very cool.
My question this week is, what are your opinions on the Clansmen of Lamadan? I have seen on the One Ring that there are mixed views on them. I personally love them as a skirmish unit to distract the enemy, so I can get my main force in a more favourable position for larger games, and teaming them with the Axemen of Lossen Arch as well. Thanks again. Oh, James, I hope you get to feeling better so you can get out of the house and do the things you love at the gym and gaming tables. Cheers. By the way, I would love to see what the 3 GBHL hosts are up to in the week as far as they have done with the hobby.
Yeah. Well, you will see that on Monday. We're going to be releasing our hobby blogs on Monday, the 3 of us. Well, I know Jamie's filmed his before he went down to Longbottom. I'm not sure whether Damien's done his, because it's not uploaded. So, boo! And I will be doing mine. I'll probably do mine tomorrow. Ready for Monday. I'm pretty sure if you're on the Facebook group, you know what mine's going to be about. It'll be an interesting thing there to see. If you're not on the Great British Hobby League Facebook group, find it and get on there. It's fantastic. Really, really good. Do go and check it out. So, what do I think of the Clansmen of Lamadan? Well, I think that they're much, much better now that you don't have to use them two-handed. I think that would have been a bit of an issue before. They've got pretty high courage, haven't they? Apart from that, they're just difficult. 2 seconds and I will go over. I mean, do you know their stats? You can talk to the camera to say something interesting.
Nothing to say.
There we go.
Yeah, I've not really used them at all, to be honest, or faced them, so...
Well done, good stall in there, Jamie.
Yeah,
I think we should give him a job. Right, let's have a look. Okay, Clansmen of Lamadan. Okay, so a good fight value, I would say. The strength, same as most good things, not amazing. I guess the fact that you can have two-handed is okay. I mean, they're okay. The main advantage there is their high courage, and also the fact that they count as in being effective the banner if they've got Angbor there. That's the main plus, I think. So if you've got Angbor, the fact that they're effectively getting 2 dice in the fight effectively is a pretty good thing. And then if you combine that with your Axemen of Lusnark, that's pretty good. That's what I would say. Courage is great.
Yeah, courage 5, that's not bad, isn't it?
Courage 5, very, very good. That's my thoughts on them. I agree with you regarding fiefdoms. I would certainly say that a fiefdoms plastic set would be brilliant. So next up we've got Dave Whitaker. Dave Whitaker's put, hope you're feeling better this week, James. Very cool of you to respond to my request for a Batman unboxing, and so quickly too. I'm glad that you enjoyed that. If anybody would like to see any more Batman stuff, let us know. We want their view. seen the Batman models?
Yeah, I've got a few.
Have you?
I've played it once.
Hang on a minute, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. Jamie here's got a bit of a problem. It's a similar kind of problem that Steve has got.
Yeah.
Steve's got this
Big
problem.
to be honest with you.
You just can't help but buy stuff.
Just buying everything. Yeah.
Maybe you played Batman.
Yeah, just once. It's good.
How's it?
It's alright, you know. It's very good.
Yeah?
Yeah, very good.
Well, run us through, how's it work?
It was a while ago, to be honest
Oh.
with you. It was quite a while. It was about a year ago. It's very good. I think we only used probably 4 or 5 models each. It reminded me of very much like Mordheim and stuff like that, which I used to play a long time ago. But it's a very good game. I couldn't tell you much more about it.
I know you've got to allocate, like you basically
like the skill points or attributes effectively, which you allocate across your team.
Yeah, and you make a plan before you do your thing, and then you actually go and execute it.
Yeah,
using the points, like action points, effectively, and you get that per turn. But there's a limited number of turns in most of the games. Like
I think
maybe
so.
like 3
turns,
3 or 4 turns. So anyway, I'm looking forward to giving it a go. I'm looking to get myself a new place at the moment, so any hobby will have to wait, but I do think I'll be grabbing that Watchman set after all. Brilliant. Well, hopefully we'll show you how to play that at some point when we learn. Also, thanks to Jamie for some great hobby content. It's really got me in the mood for some terrain modelling. I think it's got everybody motivated, actually, so thank you very much, Jamie. GBHL Jamie, that's not you. You've not done anything.
I've not done nothing.
This week I've been wondering if there are any other fully mounted forces for Hyde's Rohan that could be at least semi-competitive. Any thoughts? It's a shame some of the coolest mounted mini Serpent Riders, Candish Horsemen are out of production. Cheers. Candish Horsemen would be really fun. In terms of being competitive, well, I mean, all mounted Rohan isn't necessarily competitive until you understand how to get the most from a list. You know, your Sons of Ale and having the bows and the shooting and stuff like that. So it's definitely down to who's playing as it. That's not me just bigging myself up, but it definitely is, because it's a tougher thing to work out how to use cavalry.
Absolutely.
Yeah, certainly. I think that lots of people like the idea of a mounted Citadel Guard. And having things like Rivendell Knights. Rivendell Knights are a very competitive cavalry force.
Very good, yeah.
Very competitive cavalry force, because although you're not going to have a lot, they are fulfilling most roles. It would be great if you could have like a Glorfindel leading them. Then that would be a brilliant list. Or your twins and your Glorfindel leading them would be a great list. And then your Swan Knights could be quite competitive, because within Imrahil then you're getting that extra dice roll, which is the key thing when you lose the roll off for priority when they do a heroic move or you do a heroic move in the turn following the charge.
Yeah.
That's the key moment. It's whether you collapse at that point, whether you can get priority, or whether you can hold it together for when you do get it. So yeah, I think it can be. It's all about the player though. All about the player. So next question we've got is James Stevenage.
Yep. He says, "Hi guys, thanks loads for answering my question, and I forever remain a massive fan of your channel."
Legend.
May I also say that you are the first ever people to pronounce my last name right.
Really? Where do you live? Because Stevenage is a place in the UK.
Yeah, I kind of.
And when everybody knows how to say Stevenage, if they've ever watched Final Score.
Yeah.
If you ever watch Final Score, which is where all the football results get read out, then you know how to say every place name in the whole UK.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. So yeah, Stevenage is. What do people say? How do people pronounce it? I want to know.
Yeah, I can't see anyone saying that any differently, to be honest.
Stevenage.
Stevenage.
Stevenage. That's the posh version of Stevenage. Is there a posh version of Stevenage? Oh, classic panto banter.
Yeah. Right, okay. I will have to take a 1,000-point army to a new tournament later in the year. It will have 5 warbands with Thrain, Thorin, Dwalin, from your video, thanks again. Gandalf will be on his own. They will lead warbands of Warriors of Erebor and Grimhammers. How is best to use them in Domination, Lords of Battle and High Ground? Thanks.
What do you reckon? Well, firstly, it sounds like a sort of great sort of themed army. It should be good fun.
Thrain, Thorin and Dwalin, all reasonably decent leaders, you know. If you mount up your Thorin and Dwalin, then yeah, proper cheese, power it out.
Yeah.
Because the mounted Dwalin's a beast. and putting a mount on Thorin makes him viable. That's the one thing that's the problem, is if you take him on foot. Erebor warriors are fine, and Grimhammers aren't rated particularly highly, but I'm sure there is a good way of view. I think it's because people compare them to Khazad and the point scores. That's the problem.
Bashing fell beasts.
Bashing fell beasts. See, I actually disagreed with Tom and Damien, and I was listening to it, and I thought, well, it's different, because when you're attacking, you can use the best strength, etc. But when you're receiving, you pick whether you hit the mount or the rider.
I mean, that's what I thought. I thought, if I can choose whether I'm attacking the mount or the rider, I can also choose whether I'm bashing the mount or the rider.
Yeah, definitely. So I actually disagreed with them in the Palantir on that point, which is the whole great thing about the hobby and discussion and stuff, is that you can disagree. And I disagree with that. I think that you can bash. If you choose to piercing strike, your opponent doesn't turn around and say, well, no, I want you to piercing strike against the Fell Beast. I want you to piercing strike against the defense of the Fell Beast. That's not what happens. I know that they're saying, because it says, I don't think it says the model, but it says a word which maybe would give that inference that you are attacking the model when it says bash.
Yeah.
But I just think it's because they've not thought of it, and in that sense I think that Damien and Dingy are right, Tom are right. Thingy. Disrespect was that? Well, he's not a GBHL host yet. He's not had Kevin Demansky doing a campaign for him yet. When that happens, well, we'll have to make him a GBHL host. We'll have to. We have to do it.
In life, yeah.
And I'll have to do another campaign speech.
Yeah.
So I actually think that you can bash that. In terms of domination, well, you want to make sure that I think placing the objectives is really important in domination.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Because you've got dwarves, you can have smaller numbers than a lot of things. If you've got smaller numbers than your opponent, and you want the objectives to be quite close together, especially if you're dwarves. If you've got a lot larger numbers, then you can afford them to be spread out and spread your forces slightly. So that's really key, because you're not going to be able to move around much. Lords of Battle, you've not really got any range or any movement, so you're going to be up against somebody who can
shoot you effectively.
Shoot and run.
Wait. Yeah, exactly.
Shoot and run. So you're going to have a tough time there. So you're going to have to deploy right in the face and try and just get into combat quickly. And with regards to high ground, I would say, again, just deploy on the hill and let them try and wrestle you off it, because it's going to be tough to get all of your dwarves off the hill.
Yeah.
So yeah, hope that helps. If you've got Gandalf in there, cast your blinding light, especially in your Lords of Battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hope those are good tips. Next up, we've got Peter Sanson. You want to read this one?
Yeah, Peter Sanson says, hi again. This time I have an off-topic question to Jamie.
You can answer this one if you want, Jamie.
Lost where I am. There we go, sorry, yeah. Question to Jamie, since James gets so many workout questions, and I think he said something about playing lots of computer games. Shadow of Mordor or Assassin's Creed Unity? I like the look of the action of Shadow of Mordor and the Lord of the Rings setting, but I'm a sucker for co-op gameplay. What do you say? Well, luckily, I've been watching both of these games myself.
I'm so good. This is why he's here, because if this was just me, I'd have been like, I've got no idea.
Next question.
The last cooperative game I played was Streets of Rage. That was a great game.
The one with the kid with the rollerblades and he could spin.
And Streets of Rage 2.
Expert.
Streets of Rage 1, Axel, and you call the plane and go, rocket fires in. No? Remember that?
I think we're going to ditch the back reps for this afternoon and play Streets of Rage.
I've not got it, that would be cool. Do you know what I realised that since I've been ill is that I own 2 computer games. I've had a PlayStation 3. I've had a PlayStation 3 for, well, since I met Jane, and I've been with Jane for over 4 years. I bought the PlayStation 3 when I met Jane so that we could watch DVDs together. I thought, might as well make it this. And when I've got it, I got a game with it. I've got UFC, because I'm into mixed martial arts. UFC 2010. it remains the only game, except for I did get Skyrim when I moved in here.
Nice.
Skyrim is a great
It's
game.
immense, yeah.
I've got 2 computer games. So anyway, yeah, you played them both, or you've been watching them both?
I've been watching them both. I've always been a big fan of Assassin's Creed, but they're all just a little bit samey for me now. It seems to be just better graphics. There doesn't seem to be too much distinguishing them apart, but Shadow of Mordor looks amazing. I think it looks great. I like the idea of somebody being half man, half wraith. I like the fact that it's set in between The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings trilogy. The gameplay looks very good, so I would say Shadow of Mordor all the way, and obviously purely because it's Lord of the Rings.
Yes, that's the kind of answer that we like to hear.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for your question, Peter Sands. Remember to ask a question next week as well. Next up, we've got Jamie Winus. He's put, hello to the 2 J's and Damo. Jamie's not here. I'm pretty sure, I reckon, because I said to Jamie on Thursday, I said, listen, if you're not busy tomorrow and you want to come down and film Speak Friendly Question, he was like, no, I'm working. And he's not sent me a message saying, can you get a Speak Friendly Question up? Which tells me that he's going to go down there, he's going to film one without me. You know, which is fine. That's fine. It's fine. With Damien, that's fine. It's fine. Trying to edge me out, I think. It's got awesome content as usual, chaps. Really loving the hobby blogs. They have inspired me. It's good, that's what they're there for. And would like to see what the team are up to, all the team are up to. Questions to the GBHL team. If you are not SBG and hobbying, what would you feel your leisure time? Thanks again for supporting my Hobbit habit. What do you like to do in your spare time, Jamie? Let's get to know our guest host today.
If I'm not hobbying, I like to get fit. Not had much time to do it lately. I just did Tough Mudder because I lost a bet and it nearly killed me. So getting fit is definitely something.
James doing it in a couple of weeks. We've got like 40 biotic fitters doing it.
Horrible.
Good fun, mate. These bench
No,
races.
it was good fun. But I have been quite keen on getting fit in the past. It's something that's gone a little bit to the wayside lately.
Everything while I've been ill.
I've got a young boy as well, so I spend as much of my free time with him as possible. So that's
Jamie's going to be joining the biotic gym.
Yeah.
It definitely is, because it was really, you sent me a Facebook, I think you sent me a Facebook message.
Yeah, it was.
You've been watching the channel.
Yep.
We've not met before. And obviously Facebook stalks me. I'll see, where's this James Clark live in Scotland? But we've got a mutual friend, and the guy who does, no, that was it. No, you did, you saw a picture. Picture came up on your newsfeed.
Matt Lee posted it, yeah.
Matt Lee, who does some training for me sometimes, and I've not had a chance since opening the gym. He's trained you in the past, hasn't he? He owns a sweatshed in Reddish, which is great, really good fun. He's really into his movement-based training at the moment. He's yoga,
calisthenics and all that stuff. Isn't it?
Yeah, lots of bodyweight stuff, lots of hanging and swinging and that kind of thing. And a picture came up with me looking rather sweating. He was like, hang on a minute.
Where have I seen him before?
I recognise that vest. And then you sent me a message going random, but just come across your picture and
I found leaflets in work as well.
And you found biotic fit leaflets in work.
Weird week.
Yeah. Very, very strange.
Yeah.
So in terms of me, what do I like to do in my leisure time? Well, of course, I've made training, which was my leisure time, into my work. But I do like to train. I love training. I love how it makes me. I've been devastated being off this week and not being able to train. I've had to taking this as active rest, but I've not been eating great while I've been off. Because I've just been trying to get in whatever I can. So I've been eating lots of chicken soup and stuff, which isn't ideal. So not feeling 100%, but looking forward to being back on it next week. I love spending time with Jane. Love doing things with Jane.
Oh.
I do. Sounds like a real cheese answer. I really do. She's my best mate, so I do like going and doing things with Jane. If she's watching this. If she's not. Thanks very much for your question, Jamie Winus. Next up, we've got One Good Riddance.
Yep, One Good Riddance says, thank you for your words, James, and I hope by the time you are reading this question you will be well. I am planning on buying an amount of Outriders. What do you think is the minimum number needed for a 300 to 500 point Rohan army? So they aren't used just for a variety, but have an impact on the playstyle as well.
Well, I think it depends on one of two things. Are you taking an infantry force, or are you taking a mounted force? If you're taking a mounted force, then I would say have 4, 2 to 4, if you have one or two of anything, they become target priority, and they're not really going to have much of an impact in the game. Even with Sons of Ale, I used to take like 1 or 2 Sons of Ale, and it's just not enough. They get picked. People will be like, right, I'm getting rid of these bad boys.
Yeah, they become targets, don't they? They're gone before.
No, I have 5 of them.
Nice.
I own 15 Sons of Ale. Do you know?
15.
Yes. Obviously, 10 of them aren't painted. But now I've got my painting skills. I was going to send some off to Shadow and Flame, but I might actually paint a couple myself now. After I'm feeling motivated after 3 hunters. So yeah, with Outriders, it's a similar kind of thing. You're getting your extra shoot value, but beyond that, what are you getting for your force? So for a cavalry force, I would say 4. For an infantry force, if you are going to take bows, there is no point in a Rohan force on foot taking a warrior of Rohan with a bow over an Outrider. They're the same points. And Outriders have got a ton of special, like the Vanguard special rule, in terms of objective play and parking your bow line on an objective for the game. You might as well take a third. And I would say that in a 500 point force, that you would need between 9 and 12. Probably, in terms of fulfilling your bow limit and getting a third of your force bows. So that's what I would say. So it really, really depends. If you're going to go cavalry, maybe 4. If you're going to go infantry, 9 to 12 in a 500 point force. That's my answer.
Happy days.
From the Rohan man.
There you go.
Next up, we've got Stuart Smith. He's put, hi guys, thanks for answering my question last week. Pleasure. He's put, my question this week is, do Black Veil Archers get to reroll failed wounds on both dice when wounding a model who requires a 6?
6s by 4s.
Or higher? I believe you do.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you do. Because you're not re-rolling the re-roll.
No, you roll if you get the 6 off either, you then roll for the 4, don't you?
You then roll for the 4, so then you can re-roll again. So yeah, I think you do. So let's say, for example, you roll a 1 to wound, and then you roll a 6, and then you roll a 3. I think you can re-roll that 3 to be a 4. But I'm pretty sure if I'm wrong, someone will tell me. But I'm sure that that's the right answer.
Yeah, I'd say that's right, yeah.
Come on.
Next up is Joe Holohan. He says, hello again, lads. Hope ye are well.
Yeah, good.
Ye are well. Have either of you ever gotten emotional while watching any of the Lord of the Rings flicks? Is there a movie that gets you sobbing every time you see it? I'm not ashamed to admit it. The first time I watched Return of the King alone, I cried when Frodo left from the Great Havens.
Good man. A man who can admit that he cries is a good man.
After 3 years of movies, books and miniatures, at the end of the franchise was tough, and the Hobbit movies just didn't hook me in the same way.
Well, the Hobbit movies are much more silly, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's a kids thing. I think that if there are going to be any tear-jerking moments in the Hobbit, it's going to be in the darker third film. So in the same kind of way, I do not like what's his name, Harry Potter. But in the same way that those movies and the books become darker as they go along, it's very, very similar, and you're going to see that in the colour palette of this movie. Right down to the colour palette of this movie. It is going to be a darker, more sombre movie, because it's gone from, just like in the books, everything's happy and jovial, to some really serious business, and we're going to see some key characters die. It's war, and some nasty things are going to happen. So, in this next one, you might get your tearjerker. Lord of the Rings. Did you cry at any point in Lord of the Rings?
No, not in Lord of the Rings.
No, neither did I.
What film did you cry at?
I can't remember what it's called, but there was a movie, and it had a dog in it.
Marley and Me.
No.
No, it's not.
No. What'd you take me for? There was I can't remember, like My Dog Sam or something it was called. I can't remember. But there was a bit where this boy's got this dog who like, the movie's about a relationship between this boy and a dog. And there was 2 bits in that movie that had me absolutely blubbing. And there's one bit where, the boy's trying to play baseball, and he's been struggling with bullying and stuff like that, and he's not doing very well, and the dog comes running on and like catches the ball and runs off with it and everything. Everybody's laughing and everything like that, but the boy is really gutted because it's taken the limelight off of him, and he's really frustrated because he's not playing well. And the dog's obviously doing it to try and cheer him up, and he smacks the dog, and the dog runs. And that's well sad.
Yeah,
That's
a little bit.
And then I'm sure the dog gets like locked in some kind of crypt of some kind. I can't remember.
God.
But then at the end of the movie, like, he goes off to university, And when he comes back, his dog sleeps on his bed, and one day he comes back from university and the dog's not there because the dog has died. If anybody can name that movie, let me know, because I'm putting that on the I'm not watching it again list. It's a tough movie. Movie. I think when I watched Gladiator the first time, I might have had a tear.
No, I don't think I cried at Gladiator.
Oh, stop it, you know.
I think the only one I cried at was Bigfoot. Oh. Sorry, never mind. I think the only film I cried at was Bigfoot.
Bigfoot?
I don't get why he couldn't live with the Hendersons. Why did he have to go back in the woods? Tore me apart, that film.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Fox and the Hound. Fox and the Hound, where she has to put Todd the fox. This is a Disney movie, obviously. Yeah. But this one used to make me cry a lot when I was a kid. When she has to put Todd the fox, like, she can't keep him anymore, and she does it for his own safety. She's like, you can't live here because my neighbours are fox killers. You know, they've got a couple of hounds which like to hunt down fox, because the dude likes to shoot foxes. You can't live here anymore because you're just causing trouble and, you know, going to kill you. She lets him into the woods. My God. That moment, the music that gets played, I'm sure we've got it on the Sky Planner. We recorded Fox and the Hound, and I watched it the other day because I've seen it not been very, very well, and I didn't cry because I'm well-armed like that, but I have to say I nearly did. I nearly did. So yeah, that was a bit of a tearjerker. Good question. Good question. But not in an Lord of the Rings flicks. So next up we've got Mark Bibbit. Mark Bibbit. He's got, hey guys, thinking of making a Gondor army that in the future will be allies for my fiefdoms army that's on the painting table now. I made a list here, what do you think? So he's got Boromir with a shield, with 12 guard the Fountain Court, all with shields. That's a good start.
Yeah.
Warband 2, Faramir, heavy armour, shield, horse. Try and get your lances in there, by the way, for your Boromir and Faramir. Well worth it. 5 points each. You've got to get your lances in there. 6 knights of Minas Tirith shield. That's what I think he likes to bring. Steve,
yeah.
Well, that's what me and the thingies. Warband 3, Beregond, 9 Citadel Guard, 6 longbows, 3 spear, 30 models, 600 points basically. It's good.
It seems alright.
It's good. I would say that if you can try and, I'd say it's worth dropping a knight of Minas Tirith to get your shield, to get your lance with your Boromir and your Faramir.
Yeah.
And then that leaves you with another 4 points.
14, yeah.
Which means that you can get some more bows for your Citadel Guard. You get bow and spear for some of them. Worth doing. If you've got 5, 9, 8 points, you might as well do long bow and spear for your Citadel Guard if you can. Yeah, pretty good there, Mark Bebber. Hope that helps.
Next is Ryan McConnell, who says, hi guys, hope you get well soon, James. My question for this week is, have you ever thought about doing a Warhammer Fantasy battle rep? Recently picked up the rulebook and some Wood Elves, and it seems to be quite an interesting system. Oh, and I agree, James, all mounted Rohan would destroy Space Marines. Keep up the great work, guys.
It's a given. It's a given. Even the bows even shoot further. Do you know what I mean? 24-inch range. I don't think that guns and stuff in Warhammer 40k have got a 24-inch range. Not normal like guns. I'm sure they've got to get that quite close, like 12 inches or something. I think so.
Okay.
I think it obviously depends what you're fielding, but I'm sure you've got to get quite close. But yeah, they would destroy them. The Space Marines. Ha! Ha 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 ha! What are Space Marines?
Yeah.
Warhammer Fantasy. Would we do a Warhammer Fantasy battle report? Yes. Now I know that lots of people, you know, they put thumbs down when they hear that we're thinking of like ever doing any other system, and they'll like thumbs down an X-Wing thing because they think, oh no, you know, they're all going to start just going to be X-Wing, or they'll thumb down the moment we do like a Batman unboxing because I think that we're just going to branch into that and not do it. The reason why we would do other systems is purely because it's a way of attracting people to the channel and showing them the Hobbit system, which, you know, that's what we're trying to do. Have you played Warhammer Fantasy before?
Probably about 10 years ago, a long time ago.
What do you think of the game? What do you think of the models in the game?
The models I do like. I love the Orc and Goblin models, but I don't really fancy the game. I don't like all the movement tray stuff. I prefer skirmish-based systems. But the models are nice, and it's got a big fan base. Obviously, it does look like a fun game, but it's not something I'm looking at getting into, to be honest.
Very, very popular game in the Northwest Gaming Centre.
Yeah.
like massively popular game. It's more popular in the Northwest Gaming Centre by far than Warhammer 40k, which is more popular worldwide. I think it's a very popular system in the UK actually, fantasy compared to other places. Would I think about doing the back rep? Yep, I've actually bought some Chaos Warrior stuff for that day, should that ever happen. When will that happen? I've got no idea. I mean, I've bought some War Machine. I've got a War Machine army, which I sent off to Shadow and Flame, and just said, if you ever get around to painting it, because you want to showcase some War Machine stuff, so that people, you get War Machine players coming for you commission painting. But I mean, he's far too busy at the moment to take on any more work anyway. Then you've got the models there, so I've got that ready if we wanted to do War Machine at some point. You're getting the new Infinity starts.
Yeah, I've got a lot of Infinity stuff already. I've held off on reading the rules too much because I think it's next Sunday, a week tomorrow, the 3rd edition rules come out. I've got the starter set coming as well. That is a good game. I've played it a couple of times. It's a very good game.
Yeah, a lot of people say, oh, it's a game I really want to play. I'm not sure Jamie's as keen. I don't think he really likes games with guns. He used to play Warhammer Fantasy, and I believe that Jamie had a Bretonian army, which is like all the knights and stuff, and he had a Empire army, which is like all your steam, like engine men thing. So definitely had like his man forces on that. But yeah, I've got some chaos stuff downstairs. Got like some warriors and some cavalry, and then some like massive. I think the models are massive compared.
Yeah,
I do like some of the models actually. Like some of them are a bit cartoony and stuff. I prefer Lord of the Rings like all day long.
they've released a model this week, haven't they? That's the biggest Games Workshop I've ever done. It's 9 inches tall. It's huge.
What is it?
It's I think it's like it's an undead. Costs 1,000 points in game, which everyone's raving about. It's like an undead wizard of some description. It's a massive model.
Well, yeah. So yeah, we might get around to Warhammer Fantasy at some point, but I wouldn't expect it tomorrow because it's also a game where you've got to invest quite a lot of money to get to a point where you play. I believe that people at Northwest Gaming Centre, the minimum points value they'll play at is like 3,000 points or something.
It's a lot of painting as well. The time to even get a sort of table where the arm is ridiculous, I think. And that might be one of the things that's put me off.
Yeah, I think it's one of the great things about the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, and Infinity actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I priced up the Infinity army that I want. I want to get this Aleph army.
All the other stuff, yeah.
Yeah, originally I was thinking like these Caledonian Ariadne things. Like, it's like Scottish things going on, but this whole independence debate has thrown me up. You know, fine, you want to leave us? Do one. No, I'm joking. I think
Please don't go.
I think we're better together. But yeah, just because it's all like named after Greek mythology and stuff like these Myrmidons and stuff like that. So, but I think the whole army would come to like 40 quid. And like you can buy a Lord of the Rings army, a 500 point Lord of the Rings army. You can get on eBay for under 50 quid. So we go, oh, your models are dead expensive now, you know.
You can get them cheap.
People are like, oh yeah, you know, you've got to pay 25 quid for your 10 Mirkwood Rangers. Well, yeah, you buy 2 boxes of those, that's 50 quid, and then you get a Legolas off eBay and you get your Tariel. Your whole army is, you know, or even you get a brand new on Legolas off it, your whole army's coming to like less than 60 quid.
Yeah.
Well good. So I think people are just comparing to what it was.
Yeah.
So next up, we got Mr. Fewitt.
Yep.
He's put, thank you guys for your help with my 500 point list. This week I have another question about a list. This is my dad's 500 point list. I'm going to say one thing. We don't mind you all posting your lists for your Speak Friend and questions. However, the best place to get opinions for lists, it's not even on the Facebook group, is to go on the One Ring, and if you want some real advice about lists, because you know we'll look over and we'll give a general opinion, but if you want some real good advice on lists, don't post it in Speak Friend and Question, post it on the One Ring forums. Just some advice. So he's got Warband 1, AM and Knight depending on an armoured horse. Good start, what a legend. 4 Riders of Rohan. Warband 2, Erkenbrand on horse with 4 Outriders on horse. And Warband 3, Elder Young with throwing spears with 4 Sons of Ale. He does see that his numbers are incredibly low. Yeah, big problem. But he enjoys using the heroes. If he enjoys using the heroes, great. I mean, I would say that if you enjoy using the heroes and you're going to do that kind of build, better off going all hero. Go all hero. Like getting your Eowyn in there, maybe a Theoden and Theodred maybe, or gambling with Banner.
Yeah.
Gambling with Banner so that you've got your might points coming back would be a better thing to do. I okayed against the list once. I played against the list once, and it seems to be pretty powerful with the heroes doing their stupid heroic combats and clearing out 4 to 6 troops of mine each turn. Anyways, great video and happy strategy battle gaming. The one thing I would say about that, because it is low numbers, I mean, you've got Riders of Rohan, they've not been upgraded to Westworld Red Shields. I would target priority the Riders of Rohan and the Outriders and get rid of those, because then you are broken.
Break at 8 on that list.
Yeah, so you'd be broken. Well, one more and you'd be broken, which would be too hard to do.
The Riders and the Outriders would break him. 8 is broken out 15, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, he is, yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, because you round up. So,
okay.
So it's 9 to break him. But yeah, I would actually say that if you're going to run something like that, it's better go in all. And also, it is it's an illegal list. It's an illegal list because of the bow limit. So because Riders of Rohan ignore the bow limit, so you don't count them when working out your bow limit. So at the moment you've got 50% bows because you're Outriders, and you've got 4 Outriders and 4 Sons of Ale. So although you've got 12 models and you've got 4 Outriders, because the Riders of Rohan ignore the bow limit because they can take bows, it's an illegal list. So sort it out. Next up, we've got Sharuf Shahita. I don't think I've seen your name before, so welcome to Speak Random Question. What does he have to do now that he's posted the question?
Ask a question every week.
See, this is a fan. we have here a genuine fan of the channel, sat here, participating in the channel.
Yeah.
You enjoying it?
Loving it.
It's good fun, isn't it? It's good fun.
Yeah.
How could you ever not do a Speak Friend question 1 week? It's just impossible. So he's put, hello from Austria, love your channel, keep up the good work, thank you very much. 2 questions for you guys. He's put 1, do you play any other games such as 40k or Warhammer Fantasy Battle? 2, which character units do you think will be released after the end of the Hobbit trilogy? So should we start with number 1? Well, we've covered this slightly.
I'm starting to play a little bit of Infinity, and I do play Magic the Gathering, although it's cards rather than miniatures. I bought X-Wing today as well.
Did you?
That's what I'm picking up later.
It's a good game.
Other than that, that is all I play.
X-Wing is the other game that I play. And I say that loosely because I don't play it. I've got it. I've got all the stuff that I want, but I don't have it. So yeah. Sorry, I've got all the stuff I want, but I don't get to play it often. We want to do more for the channel. Interestingly enough, the X-Wing videos bring us more advertising revenue than the Lord of the Rings videos by a long way, considering that we don't have many. There are 2 X-Wing videos which are by far. There's 1 X-Wing video which has earned as a whole $12.
Wow.
That's good. Nice. That's really good. But that is much more than our Lord of the Rings videos would earn us. So very interesting. So we do want to do more of that. Do I play 40k? No. Have I played 40k? Yes. I do have an army that I want painting. There was a guy in the early back ropes. Can you remember Pete? Pete, he used to bring a lot of sort of dwarf and ranger armies.
No.
Small dude. You've not watched these battle reports. Not as hardcore as we thought. Well, he's been a few. He taught me how to play Lord of the Rings. I've got a phenomenal record against him. I think I played him about 40 times and he's beaten me once, which is horrendous. He's a really nice guy. He's not played me for a long time. I wonder why. Oh dear, he did beat me in the last time he played me though, so I thought that might encourage him to want to play me more often, but obviously not. Now he's a 40k player, so I thought, do you know what, because this was before all the scene really was like kicking off in this area. I was thinking, he's going out of his way to play a system that he's not really like into as much. Like he likes it. He's Hushut's blessing on the forums. But he's a 40k player, so I thought I'm going to pick up some 40k stuff. I'm going to play some 40k with him, and I picked up a Khorne army, like a Chaos army that's got loads of these close combat
chain axes and stuff, aren't they?
Yeah.
Those models,
Yeah, they look like fun. And it was great fun. I don't think it's anywhere near as tactical as Lord of the Rings. Don't get me wrong. I think in that game it probably is about list building. Yeah. If you want to win, I don't think you should take that game seriously. Like if you want to play for fun, if you want to play to win, then you want to do competitive play. Then it's definitely about list building. But I wouldn't necessarily play it for that. So yeah, I have played that. I played about 3 games, and they're all good fun, and I do want to play it again. Actually, it was good fun, but just for fun. Warhammer Fantasy, no. Infinity, yes, want to play, but not played. Batman, want to play, but not played. And what other games are there? Malifaux, want to play, but not played.
I'll tell you what, I do fancy Guild Ball. Have you seen that? That looks quite cool.
Yeah, we got contacted by the guys. It's not out yet, but
Yeah, it's December, isn't it? Yeah.
It's not out yet. Yeah, they're doing a Kickstarter for Guild Ball.
Nice.
But yeah, they contacted us about sort of maybe us doing some things for them. But then I think that they got an opportunity to go on Beasts of War instead, and they sacked us off. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Like, Jamie received a message and he was like, "Oh yeah, we're doing this game, and it'd be really good if you could showcase it for us, and maybe we could send you some bits." We were like, "Yeah, we'd love to help promote it. If we like the game, then yeah, we'll go ahead and do it, and yeah, send us some stuff, and especially if it's painted, because then we don't have to paint. We can just play the game, and we'll do it on the thing." And then didn't get back to us for a while, and yeah, they were like, "Oh, we were just working with Beasts of War tomorrow." I saw the videos. The videos are very good. And just look like fun. And that's going to be distributed by one of our channel sponsors, which is Element Games.
Next up is...
Oh no, we didn't finish his question because we rambled on. He's put,
Sorry.
which characters or units do you think will be released after the end of the Hobbit trilogy? So this is after...
to be honest, after the trilogy, I'd be grateful for any. Would be all I'd be able to say on the matter. I think your guess is as good as mine as to which, but I think it's a bonus if we get any, to be honest.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I mean, I would love it all to be repackaged and rebranded as Middle Earth strategy battle game, and them really sort of going back over it and creating new source books which included everything and army lists and a sort of the final rules. One big sort of final release where they go through everything, they fix a lot of the profiles, they bring out new stuff, and some of the profiles that were never made from Legions of Middle Earth and things. And I don't really see much more Hobbit stuff coming out after the movies end, apart from things you've seen in the movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, next question, we got Stuart Smith again.
Yeah, Stuart Smith says, me again. Just wanted to say, good on you, Jamie, for doing the Ice Bucket Challenge. I did a version of it and nearly drowned in a bin. Nice work.
Are you a Hobbit? He might be a child. This is anybody can watch this channel. It's me. Are you a Hobbit? No, I'm just under.
Just like to say his views are his own, not that of the channel.
He might actually be a Hobbit.
I've not done it. Have you?
No, but Jamie nominated me, and I was like, "That's a very inappropriate nomination at the moment. Like, I'm not very well. I will do it, but I'm not." The 48-hour thing was completely unrealistic. As if that I was gonna. Wow, look at those terrorists on the screen. So the news was on there. They had some real dodgy-looking terrorists. ISIS going on there. Ooh, nasty stuff. Okay, so next up we've got Mark Jelinich. I've got your name right there, buddy. He's put, thanks for explaining Fluffy. Living in the States, I wasn't sure if it was some kind of UK slang term. I'm assuming curry is Indian food. Curry's not slang. Like curry is a type of food, and yeah, I guess it does originate in India, curry. But you will have foods which are like curry. It's just it's popular in the UK, and it's of course because of the empire, and after the empire, after independence was given to India, etc. After the Second World War, the UK opened up its borders to countries which had supported us during the Second World War as part of the Commonwealth, opened up our borders and said, come into the UK, you can come over here and start a life, part of the rebuilding of the UK. And of course we had a lot of Indian communities coming over, and that changed the food palette of the UK, and I believe that curry is one of the favoured meals. I'm sure that chicken tikka masala is one of the most eaten meals in the UK. More than fish and chips. Yeah. It's true. There you go, a bit of history for you. At the Stockport tournament, J. Clare's Lake Town Army, I think, finished third. Were you guys surprised? Do Horde armies ever win tournaments? Hope you feel better, James. I'm feeling a bit better. Thank you very much for asking. Okay, have you seen J. Clare's?
I have watched the interview with it. Yeah, very nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
round of applause for that man. Jay Clare works for Games Workshop, so he did get a bit of a discount on that. You know, can't begrudge him it at all. And were we surprised that he finished third? Well, Jay Clare's quite a good player. Like he did well at throwing skulls as well. Did he win his category? I think he won his category. I think that we worked it out that if it wasn't the whole, sort of the person who's got the biggest difference in VPs in their category, if it wasn't that person to get far, I think it would have been like me and Jay Clare would have won. I think, or Ed would have won. Me and Jay Clare would have been second. I can't remember. But yeah, very good player. Were we surprised to finish third? Probably a little bit, actually. I think there was it was a nice surprise. Like, it wasn't a complete shock, but there was that whole thing of totally broken. A bit of a joke about it.
What was it? About 40 models.
With 52.
52, nice.
52 models, I believe. Is that right? I can only remember that because there was like a hashtag and it'd be like hit on with 52 models or something. Yeah, we were a bit surprised. Horde armies can win tournaments, yeah. They can win tournaments, and I think Owen's done quite well with his Goblin Town before. And I know that a lot of Moria Goblin armies, with shades and things backing them up, can be pretty filthy. I mean, Jamie tried to filth it at the 1,000-point tournament in Mansfield. Didn't enjoy it and ended up flopping completely, but he took like a Horde army. Not you, Jamie. Sorry, GBHL Jamie. But that's because, he's a dirty dude. So next up we've got Kurt Leach.
Yep, Kurt Leach says, what do you guys think of the future of the Hobbit/Lord of the Rings SBG? I heard Games Workshop are going to be handing it over to Forge World in January, but it's just rumours. Hope you get better soon, and Alfred, Bomber and Gandalf is not cheesy at all.
Yeah, it is.
A little bit.
you couldn't get. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's not broken in the sense that we see it all the time now, because of course the points it costs to get that combination. Unless you are taking like a Lake Town army, which I have seen happen, then it's going to be tough to fit those models in. But it is cheesy, my friend. Don't try and hide it. It's a combo which, they're not designed to work together like that, and you can break it by replenishing the will and stuff. So yeah, but got some Mirkwood Rangers assembled during the video, and got the dishes done during Jamie. So thanks, absolute pleasure. I'm sure that you might get 2 lots of Speak Friendly Question this time as well.
Good ends.
What do we think the future of the Hobbit Lord of the Rings? Well, let's hear it from you. You're returning back into it.
Yeah.
So you've got an interesting insight.
I come back into the Hobbit recently from...
Why did you get back into the Hobbit?
It's been something I've been thinking about for a couple of years, and then I found the GBHL Facebook page and YouTube page, and that pretty much kick-started me to get straight back into it, which was good. To be honest, I am quite optimistic for the future of it, because one thing since meeting these guys and watching the channel is seeing the size of the community, and there are a lot of people still passionate about it, especially for me in Manchester. There seems to be a very big fan base for it here. So as much as it may get abandoned by Games Workshop, we don't know, and I'm trying not to think about it, to be honest. It's easier just to wait until that day comes.
The amount of money that you and Steve spend on the hobby, it's not going down anytime soon.
No, it's ridiculous. I am supporting our Hobbit hobby for you all.
Yes, he is, and he's doing it the right way. He goes onto Element Games and he finds the GBHL channel in the drop-down menu of where he heard about us from, because it's not very easy to find. I think a lot of people just put YouTube. I think YouTube comes above that, and that's why we didn't get hardly anything for our sponsorship from Element Games.
You can, I did ask the question, you can email them as well, and they'll put it on your account for all future purchases.
So if you could do that for us, that would be great. So that, don't get me wrong, what we got is what we got, but
yeah.
It was significantly less than we expected, and of course they do give us great prize support for the tournaments as well. So what do I think? I think as long as we're supporting it, it'll keep going. It's all about community and community interest, and there have been lots and lots of systems, as Jamie always says, that have carried on long after they've been abandoned because they've got very, very strong fan bases, such as Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl's got a huge fan base. Imagine if they just re-release some stuff, or release some Blood Bowl stuff in Games Workshop.
Yeah.
It's got a community there, so it would sell. Oh look, a new Blood Bowl team.
No, they re-released Facebook last year, didn't they?
And it
went like hotcakes.
Like hotcakes. he goes for so much money, Space Hulk. I'd buy Space Hulk, you know, for fun. So yeah, I think as long as we're supporting it, it'll be fine. You know, whether because it's not their own IP, then you know it's not going to be making maximum profit for them. But if it is making a profit, then it's worthwhile. Will it go to Forge World? Possibly. I have heard those rumours, you know, and there's a smoke without fire and stuff. But you know, often we find with this hobby that there is smoke without fire. So who knows? So next up we got Quinn Duggan. Have you met Quinn?
I haven't. No.
Quinn lives in Manchester.
What is it?
Yeah, he's a young lad who didn't beat me in a get above butt round.
No proof didn't happen. That's all I did.
I didn't. Yeah, so the footage was deleted. So he's a nice lad. He lives in Manchester and he's part of our gaming club. This is the thing in Stockport. We've got quite a good group growing. You know, which has been great. And again, I take full credit for that. I am taking full credit. Steve has taken the mantle of that, I have to say. I'm taking full credit. I remember getting someone to go, like, I think I got Steve and I got JT to come down and Jamie to come. That's how it all started. Charles came down as well. No, Steve didn't make it. But I got Steve involved. And Pete. And you've come involved now. Tony and Nigel have got back into it because they've seen us playing it and stuff.
There's a couple of new people on the Facebook group this week from Manchester as well.
Yeah, it's growing. It's growing. So he's put, hey guys, great vid. Sorry about not leaving a question anyway. I'd just like you to know that I was reading Batman rules and it actually makes sense to me, so I could teach you. Well, don't be so smug about it, Quinn Duggan. Just because of your 10-year-old mind understands it better than my 26. I can't be 27 yet. 26. 87. I do this every time.
87's 27, because I'm 86 and 28. So you're 27?
No, I'm 27 this year, I'm sure.
Okay.
October.
Right, you're 26.
I'm 26, aren't I? I'm 26. My mind can't work out about man rules. Yeah. I think it's the kind of game that needs to be shown to you anyway.
Yeah.
And there are a couple of people who do it in North West Gaming Centre, so hope you do it soon. Next up we've got Nathan Carlton, Lord of the Rings.
He says, hi guys, I love the work you are doing on the channel. Would like it if you would view and subscribe to my channel. My question is, what is the best hero for the Warriors of Erebor? Thanks.
Well, I did click on your channel and had a little look. I don't think you've developed your channel yet. I think that you know a lot of your video. I don't think you've got Lord of the Rings videos on there. I think you've shared a few of our things, so thank you very, very much for that. But yeah, as you build up your channel and you come up with more Lord of the Rings content, then yeah, I'm sure we can support you. Best hero for Warriors of Erebor.
Dwalling on a pony.
Dwalling on a pony for the points. It would be good. But Thorin, when you put him on a pony, becomes viable as well.
Yeah.
Thor and Thrain are good, probably just a touch expensive compared to, and the fact that you can't mount them is an issue. So yeah, that's what I would say. Next question is from Bradley Cobden.
He says, hi guys, this is my first question. What do you think of Thorin's company in a mainly red colour scheme? How do I get my friends into the Hobbit? Thanks for the great content. I'll try and make it to some tournaments next year, but we'll have to persuade my parents.
Yeah, make it. Try and make it this year. Still places, Stockport. We get loads of people. We got loads of kids come last time and came with their parents, and the parents were a little bit sceptical at first. They're like, who are these wargamer bunch, you know? And they're thinking longbeards, they're thinking leather trench coats, they're thinking army boots and army day sacks. I'm not stereotyping Kieran here at all.
I was going to say, to anyone with a beard and a trench coat, there is nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it, but it's the
perception.
It's the stereotype, isn't it? You know, and what you realise is that actually it's a really diverse community. That there are people like that, and then there are people that aren't like that, and then there are other people. It's great. It's a really diverse community, and everyone's supportive, and there were lots and lots of kids who came down. So I would. Behave yourself, do well at school, do all your homework. Even if you're on summer holidays now, I think you should turn around and say, Mum and Dad, I really think that next year I'm going to do so well in school. Will you write me a maths quiz? Or just go to them with I don't know, the English dictionary and go, that was a tough read.
Yeah.
Do something like that, great.
Just get yourself some brownie points and then say, I want to come to the league finale. Would you be able to take me to Stockport? It means so much to me.
Early Christmas present.
Early Christmas. Exactamundo.
There you go.
There you go. Christmas present. What do we think about Thorn's company in a mainly red colour scheme?
Yeah, give it a go.
Do what you want. It's a great thing, isn't it? You go for whatever you want. I'm sure it'd work. Although I like the fact that when you've got like all heroes, that you've got difference. But having a theme to it's not bad. How do I get my friends into the hobby? What would you say the best way of getting people into the hobby is?
I've recently got one of my friends into the Hobbit, and we literally just spent a day at the Northwest Gaming Centre, and we played a couple of games, and the game got him into the hobby. To be honest, I think the best way is literally just introduce people, and of course show them the GBHL YouTube channel.
That's the best.
Goes without saying. But literally just get your friends around, have a game, and hopefully it'll take and they'll enjoy it.
If you are passionate about the game, then that will rub off on people. Like, really, really will. It spreads. Passion spreads. It's infectious. You become infectious if you're passionate about it. And that's why it's good to show people this channel, because we're clearly passionate about the game. So we've obviously got our beginner's back rep, which is the most viewed video on our channel. I think we've got like 12,000 views on it or something now. It's brilliant.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, yes. Come on. So show them that and get them into the channel and play them, let them win.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really why Pete wants to me all those times. He saw my future. He could see that I would end up being this channel host and this champion of the Hobbit hobby, and he just let me win.
Yeah. Give you room to lead the way.
That's exactly.
I let my friend win. Yeah, exactly. Of course.
So Pete says as well. Right, so get yourself down, Bradley. This is a long speak friendly question. This is what happens when Jamie's not here. I'll do Jamie, GBHL Jamie.
Okay.
Next up, we've got Elliot McDonald. Like this dude.
He says, "Hey guys, hope you're feeling a bit better now, James. It was nice to get a Q&A from you both. 2 quick questions about Desolation of Stockport. Number 1, do you know where people are staying? I've heard the Britannia, but it's not the cheapest, and I was hoping I could room share with someone to cut the price down, but haven't had much luck finding anyone."
Most people are staying in Britannia. Persist. I saw that post come up, and the interesting thing is that I've seen many posts like that come up from different people asking for people to room share.
Yeah, there's a lot on the Facebook group.
There's been a lot of people who put that up on not just on the event page, but on the Hobbit page. On the Great British Hobbit League page. So persist. Keep asking. And I'm going to do a shout out now. Elliot McDonald is looking for someone to share a room with. I know that Sam, Simply Great, one of the reasons why he wasn't sure whether he could come over was because of the cost of the flights, but then the cost of the hotel as well. Most people are staying at the Britannia. There is the Premier Inn Travel Lodge, which is part of the Bamford Arms, which is just over the road. And I think Marsh Spector, Kev Lawrence, one of our sponsors, Shadow and Flame, I think he's staying there. So yeah, there are plenty of hotels, and yeah, just keep asking. And if somebody is looking for someone to split the cost of the room, because it's a bit expensive, even if they want someone to sleep on the floor, I'm sure Elliot McDonald doesn't mind doing that. The next part of his question was?
Yeah, number 2, on the gaming side of things, bearing in mind the scenarios, rescue and blockade.
No rescue.
No rescue and blockade. Do you think including a small contingent of archers in an army is necessary when there are already at least 6 cavalry models? So hopefully I won't be kited about by a wood elf first, for example, or should I just add more melee units instead? Cheers guys, can't wait to see everyone again.
This depends on so many different things. I mean, are you good or evil? If you're evil, I would say that having some form of manoeuvrability to counter bows is more important than having token bows which aren't going to do as well, I would say. Unless of course you can take a lot of bows and the bows are a bit better. Just because if you're moving and shooting, you're not going to do as well, and you can't expect to outshoot like an elven force, or if you're a Haradrim force, that's a horrible force to come up against in terms of bows. So yeah, I'm in that little way of thinking of having something token can be just as it can be just as bad. So for example, at this tournament, it's very interesting, and it's very flattering as well. GBHL Damien,
he has decided for this tournament not to bring crossbows.
Okay.
Okay, which is something that you've been considering.
Yeah.
The reason why he's decided not to bring crossbows and max out his 2 attack models, so one, it's a smaller table because of the scenarios, etc. But number two, because of the points values. But number two is because he knows I'm not going to be there. And if he came up against me without having anything to respond with, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Because, of course, I'm more manoeuvrable and I can shoot.
Yeah.
So I won't even bother until I've got a chance.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because that's the tactic, you've got to do it.
It's like you did against me when you played my Isengard list.
Do you know what though, in our game, I didn't. In our game, I shot you, I got rid of your might. I was lucky to kill
effectively with my crossbows, you were able, with the manoeuvrability, you made my crossbows obsolete, yeah.
I avoided them.
Yeah.
I avoided them completely, yeah.
I would take manoeuvrability over ranged, probably.
Perhaps, yeah. I mean, if you've got your six cavalry models, then you might not be too bad. And there's no rescue or blockade. Just it depends completely on what you're bringing. I know it's a bit of a cop out answer, but let us know what you're planning on bringing, and I'll tell you whether it's. Give us your right. What do you think I should bring? This force which has got the archers in it, or do you think I should bring this force that hasn't? And I'll give you a bit of an insight there. So I hope that helps a little bit, Elliot. I hope some people want to share them with you. So next up we've got Mavs Fanatic.
Yep, and he says, apologies for it having been a very long time since I asked the question.
Where have you been?
I always remember to only after the deadline. My question is this. If I have a cave troll fighting Aragorn and the cave troll wins and elects to hurl Aragorn, can I hurl him into, say, the Watcher before the Watcher has entered combat and have the Watcher strike him if he too wins? I was wondering because the rules for hurl don't specify that the models aren't touching at the end of the throw, that you need to move them enough for the throw model to be prone where he lands. Just to further clarify my thoughts, my thinking was it's an involuntary movement in the same way compel or command is, and models in base contact must fight. So I was thinking this might be a way for monsters to compel enemies into combat. The cave troll takes the risk and the Watcher can more easily kill. If I remember correctly, I'm sure the Watcher has to, at the start of the phase, roll to emerge on like a 4+, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
So if the cave troll's hurling, you've already done a combat, so the Watcher won't be appearing, will it?
A clever tactic, if you hurl something into something that is already there, then they don't end up in combat with them whether they remain in base contact or not. In fact, that thing that it's hit takes a hit, takes a strength 3 hit, I think it is. So and then it will stop dead because of the size of the Watcher, etc., and strength and all that kind of stuff. So I don't think you can hurl something into a combat. I mean, what you can do is you can do things where you can barge something so it goes out and then barge with something else and then attack it with the other thing, or you can hurl something and then with another monster barge to attack the hurled figure. So let's say you hurl Aragorn successfully, you could then barge with the Watcher
through the combat into
Aragorn. So you can do that.
Getting 2 lots of attacks.
But in terms of ending in base contact, no, because you end up in combat by charging or by being charged or being made to charge. If you get compelled to charge or something, if you can do that. So no.
There you go.
I think anyway.
Yeah.
From what I've seen here, unless there's some kind of special rules, etc., that I'm not aware of, but I'm pretty convinced that I'm right here. So next up we've got the Prancing Ponies. But do you know anyone who wants Goblin Town Goblins? Because I want a new Thorin's company. I'll have to pay for a whole lot of new Escape from Goblin Town set. Do you want any goblins?
No, I'm good. I've got tons.
Couldn't ask really.
Yeah, there's a lot of trade pages on Facebook. I live on them, unfortunately.
No way.
Yeah, shocker. There's a lot of places on Facebook you can post them, and I'm sure they'd go pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm sure you can get rid of them. Especially your Goblin kit, and try and sell it as a one-er. Get rid of your scenery. Or something.
Anyone who's looking at doing a pure Goblin Town army is going to need more than what's in one box set anyway. So I think you will find someone who'll take them off you.
Yeah. So there is a Lord of the Rings trade thread, like trade and sale thread. There's a wargaming one which I'm on as well. And Lord of the Rings stuff comes up reasonably regularly. And of course eBay is your friend. You can always sell on eBay.
Yeah.
But then of course you're taking a risk. How much do you want to go for? So the final question of this week's Speak Friendly Question, which has been a long one. It's been an hour and a half so far. We've got Ginger360.
Yep, he says, "Hi lads, hope all is well. Sorry to hear of your illness, James, and wish you a speedy recovery.
I'll be better.
And thank you for your kind words on my new baby boy, who we named Jack, by the way. Congratulations."
It's not a bad name.
Come on.
It's not really. It's not James though, is it? I mean, I'd have thought that he would have known better.
I like the name, mate. Good call.
So
I am going to be doing a few tutorial type videos on SBG miniatures in the near future, and I guess my question is, would you allow me to plug your channel for you to get some more subscribers?
Yeah,
I think that's a big yes. Yeah. Hopefully.
why wouldn't we?
Thanks as always, and keep up the good work, Rich.
Absolute pleasure, my friend. And I'm only joking, of course. You know, Jack's an all right name. It's okay. It's not a bad name, is it?
I think it's a good name, mate. I like it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you've got a channel, then yeah, plug away. Is it a busy channel? I think I've clicked on yours as well to see what you've got on there, and I think it's like you play music and stuff like that, and of your fish tank. I think I checked that out. So yeah, I mean, if you want to start doing some SBG stuff and you want to constantly link back to our channel, that helps us massively. More people that are providing content, the better. So this has been this week's edition of Speak Friendly Question with our guest Jamie, not GBHL Jamie. That's what we call you, not GBHL Jamie.
Not GBHL, Jamie, yeah.
And myself again. Make sure as always that you comment, like, share and subscribe.
Support your Hobbit hobby.
And happy strategy battle gaming.